As you can tell, she got hot this morning. I'm sitting in a gas station parking lot waiting for her to cool off. And then we'll get back on the road. We made it about 30 miles, 35 miles from the house. 30 miles probably from the house. She's got hot. I've got about another 5 miles to work. So I pulled over her and shut her down. I'm going to let her sit here for about 10 or 15 minutes. I'm running a little early just in case. I took this thing to the gas station last night, and I noticed it was running a little hot. And every time I'd stop for a stoplight, it'd get a little hotter. So, number one, there's no antifreeze in it. I've got to fix it today. And number two, the water in there just looks horrible. So I'm going to do a flush on it and all that good stuff, and we'll check it. Also, on this model, there's an electric fan up there on the front. I ain't never seen one on these trucks, and it sure looks factory the way they got it hooked in there. So we'll look into that and try to chase that wire down and see exactly where it goes and what it does, and if it's factory or if somebody added it. I looked around, I can't find a switch nowhere to turn it on, so I'm assuming it's some kind of factory something or another. So we'll look at it and find out. I noticed on the right hand side of the head up there's a green wire like on the left hand side. The left hand side, there's a green wire, and it's always the temperature wire that goes into the head. But there's another one on the right hand side that looks like the same exact wire, and the unit, the sending unit in the head is broke. So that might be what's running that fan. We'll have to figure that out. That shouldn't be hard. If you ground that out, it should kick on if that's what's running it. So we'll check that, but I'm fixing to fire this thing back up and go on to work. It's been sitting here about 10 or 15 minutes, and I let some pressure off the radiator out there, and we'll see what goes on. Okay, we're going to work on this thing a little bit. You see there, that radiator is horrible. The cap is horrible. Puke jug's empty. We're going to I've got the bottom radiator hose loose. We're going to jerk it loose and dump the radiator. It's got a 2 flue radiator in it. It looks like. I went to the store a little bit ago. We got some flush, so we're going to put flush in it. They say that's the best one. I don't know if it is or not. We got a new radiator cap. I don't like the one that's on there. We've got a thermostat housing. Oh, not a housing, gasket. We've got a thermostat, and we hope we've got a clutch top. So let's check the clutch top first. Let me open it here. That is not it. It's not going to work. So we'll have to do something else with that. But we're going to drop this, get this cleaned up, run some water through it, clean it up, and then run that flush through there and see what we can do with it. I'll get back with you here shortly and let you know exactly what's going on. And there's no antifreeze in it, it's just straight water. Straight water coming out of it. See there? No antifreeze or nothing, it's just water. That's a little weird. Okay, let me run some actual water through it, see what we can do. And it's not hot, it's been sitting there cooled off. You don't want to do this while the truck is hot, it'll break the block in it. So we'll turn some water on, run some water through it, and see what we can come up with. Okay, we got the stop leaking, or not the stop leak, the radiator flush in there, and got it flushing. found our culprit. Is that steam coming out of the tailpipe? Is all the water coming out? I'd almost bet money she's got a bloated head gasket on the driver's side. Passenger side is not doing anything. Nice and dry. Tailpipe. Nothing going on. Driver's side is pumping. I think she's got a bloated head gasket. But there again, no problem. I can fix it. And I will fix it. So no problem whatsoever. But just wanting y'all to know the truth about the matter. I believe it's a bloated head gasket, but we'll see. Thermostat housing. New thermostat, old thermostat. Old thermostat is $195. It is sticky, so we put a 160 in there. It's got a good gasket on it. I just put some more gasket sealer in there. I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna save the gasket for later. Put the 2 screws back in it. Put the hoses back on it. Fill it up, and we'll see what happens. We have our thermostat in, no leaks. We have our new radiator cap in, no leaks. We have our bottom radiator hose connected back, no leaks. We have run our flush through it, no problem. We still got this working. Master cylinder. Clutch slave cylinder. Master cylinder reservoir. I'm trying to find one. I can't find one. I'm trying to find the lid for it. Can't find the lid for it, but I got the one off the Dodge from the other day. Spent $500 on that damn line there with slave cylinder. $400. And that didn't fix the Dodge, so I've installed it. You can't take it back. I've got to do something here. It's sitting at 210 right now. Let's see what she's gonna do. Next thing is next. Our speedometer has fell off. It's sitting right there. So we're gonna try to put it back on. We're gonna have to take this faceplate off and see what we can do to get it back on there. But I'm gonna watch this temperature for a little bit. It's back up to 210. I don't like that radiator cap. That radiator cap is a 13-pound cap. I don't like a high-pound cap. I'd much rather have a 5-pound cap or an 8-pound cap. I don't think 13, 16, 18s, 20s. I think that's just absolutely crazy to put that much pressure on. Basically putting all that pressure on your hoses and on your thermostat to open. I mean, I understand that you want your thermostat to open, so you do that for it to open and close correctly, but it's too much pressure. You don't need that much pressure. 3 or 4 pounds of pressure and water pressure going through there will open it up and close it. There's no need for all that. But she's still running hot. She's at 210 there. She shouldn't be that hot. No way she should be that hot already. And I'm sure the thermostat has opened. Maybe I've got a big air bubble in there or something. I put just about 2 gallons in it. Fill it up. So I'll let it cool back off and recheck it. See what's going on with it. Okay, there's all kinds of things on this truck that are intriguing as hell. Like, look at that. Still a GM top radiator hose. Huh. I don't know if you can see, but right there on the water pump, it says GM. Now, what's the odds that it's still got a GM water pump on it? It's just crazy. I don't know if you can see in there or not. Anyway, every one of them flues, what I'm calling a flue is what runs from here to over there and back. Every one of them's closed off in there. You can't see through them. I think it is somebody put some stop leak in there. Is what it looks like, and or head sealer or something like that to try to fix that blowed head gasket over there. And I'm not sure it's blowed, to be honest with you. I think it might be, but this side ain't doing it. That side quit doing it after I put antifreeze in it. And usually when you've got a head gasket issue, you can smell it. It'll smell like real sweet smell. This one's not smelling at all. And when you start it up, it's not blowing water out of the radiator. Usually it'll do that if you got a blowed head gasket. So I'm not too concerned about it just yet. I am going to put a radiator in it. I've got a radiator coming. I thought this one looked like a newer radiator, but somebody screwed it up. So I'm going to put a new one in it, check that. If that don't work, I'm probably going to put a water pump in it. If that don't work, then I'm going to pull the heads off of it and see if we got a cracked block or cracked heads or whatever. But the getting ready to pull this down and check and see exactly. I can probably show you better once I get to some part of what it is, what them flues look like, and I'll show you that when I get this thing tore down a little bit. Right here's our culprit. Okay, we've got the top radiator line off. Okay, you can see it. It's not attached. Okay, there's no water running out per se. But look over here. It's all the way full. You can't see in there. It's right there. I mean, that much of my finger got wet sticking it out that far in there. So the water should be pouring out there, and it's not. So the radiator is definitely stopped up. I'm sure that's the problem, or a lot of the problem. And I'm sure the faster I run the accelerator, the more the water pump pushes. Yes, it can push a little water through there, but I'm sure it's not pushing hardly any at all. So we're gonna get a radiator and put in it, and then we'll go from there on it and see what happens. We'll keep you informed. Okay, I've got it out here, and I'm gonna show you a little something. See if I can show you. Can't show you there, can't show you there. Okay, I'm gonna try to run water on the top of this thing and get it to come out that bottom. We'll see how long it takes. We'll see how much it takes. Let's see. Okay, so much. I got the water running pretty good. Okay, pretty good clip coming out of that. Okay, it's in. Just now starting to run out, and it's backing up, running out of there. It can't run through it at that flow. I'm sure that's a major problem we had. That ain't that much water. It ought to pump 3 times that much through there. And it's still dirty. I just flushed it. Should be clean. Anyway, there's coming out a little better, but not as well. Okay, let's put it through this hole. Look at that, it's running out the top. It ain't even trying to run out the bottom. Giving me, I bet that bottom stops. Okay, look. Pull the water hose out. It's still running. Still running. Still running. Still running. I bet you that's a major problem with it. Took 10 seconds to get through the radiator. Here we go, the new radiator. Let's see if we can get it put in. It shouldn't take that long. We'll drop it in there real quick and see what we can do with it. I'll let you know something. We got the extra wide one too. They made 1 1/4 inch, and then made 2 1/2, and we got the 2 1/2. Okay, new radiator installed, new thermostat installed, new radiator cap, the second radiator cap. This is a 13-pounder. I hate high pressure caps, so I put a 7 on there. It had a 16. I was looking for a 5, and I like these lever caps, but I couldn't find the lever. So that's what we've got so far on it. We got it sitting here running. We're going to check it and make sure it's not going to overheat on us, and we'll get back to you when we figure that out. The truck's been running for about 8 or 10 minutes here. I got it on the high idle, and it ain't getting up there at all. So we'll see driving to the house what actually happens, but as of right now, it looks good. We are about 8 miles in to our 35-mile trip, and we ain't got no type of problems. So I'll let you know when we get a little closer and tell you what's going on. actually, we've got to run about 100 miles tonight, so we should be able to test it out pretty good. But we're going right by the house, so if we do have problems, we can drop this thing off and grab something else. But we should be good. I don't see no reason to worry about nothing. It's running cool right there. Whatever you want to call that, I guess it's 160 maybe. I'll have to figure that out. That's 50 there. Whatever it is. So call it what you want, but I call that good. It's got a 160 thermostat in it, so that might be close to that. But I'll holler at you here shortly. I have ran about 40 miles with the air conditioner on, stopping and going, and no problems. She's still low, no overheating or nothing. So I call this one fixed. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already, and we'll catch you on the next one.